Ideally we'll get this finished today, but we're now in the back half of the game and things are going to be taking a bit longer, so there's a good chance we don't get it done, because I don't want to be doing this too late. So I already cleared out this opening area last session, so we've just got to get to the first dragon and then we can kind of carry on from there. Well, I didn't even do a chain reaction as well. There we go. You know what, just save me the effort of coming back here. I'm just going to do the flight level first. Is this the bad one? Is this the one with the water? Yep, this is the rough one. See, I've created a problem for myself now because the last two boats are all the way back here. Means I'm now spending loads of time to get back, except you've definitely got to do the boats and the archways first. Because once you've done the chest, it takes you through to the second area of the plains. There is nothing that loops you back after that. Cost me the thing. Just try again. Well, I'm wasting time because I missed that archway, but it's at least not as bad as I did on the previous run. Still got enough time to pull this one out of the bag? Probably not after that. Come on, way up to go against it. Oh no, what's on the speed? Thing is, judging by how many mistakes I made in the previous run, you actually got quite a lot of leeway in this area. So. Alright, that wasn't too bad in the end.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I've got to go.
That is probably the laziest dragon dialogue in the game. It's even worse than the generic "thank you for releasing me" that they use about 3 times through the game. Here's Treetops, which is a nightmare. There's that one super jump I can never remember the intended route to get to. Hopefully that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. Terrace Village isn't too bad a level, but the Mystic Swamp, I think it's called, or is that the Spyro 2 Swamp level? I can't remember. The Swamp level and Misty Bog, I think, might be this one. That level and Treetops are both a nightmare. Metalhead's not too bad. Pretty sure I've just missed one of these alcoves on a previous playthrough as well. At some point I should probably play through the Apescape games again as well, because I've never played Apescape 3. Although I recently picked up Apescape 2 again, I haven't actually got around to playing it since I bought it, so the only time I've played it still remains the time I rented it close to when it came out. I remember being kind of disappointed in Apescape 2. I don't quite remember why. I think part of it was down to the fact that
the Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
Part of that's down to the fact that the first game, for whatever reason, had a unique localization in the UK, which consisted of certain character names being different to the US version. I can't remember. I don't know whether Apescape 2 also had a unique UK localization, but they certainly weren't consistent with the character names from the first game to the second game either way. You're not meant to glide across there, are you? Is there a lower level? No, it's a swamp. There is a lower level, but it must be later on.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
Stop attacking me from off screen, please. Right, yeah, that's the quicker way around to do that lower section, because you have to drop down there anyway, and then you don't have enough height to get back up without coming all the way back round. Obviously there's an awful lot I would need to pick up if I ever wanted to consider speedrunning this, but first of all my route's just inefficient anyway. For whatever reason, this staircase I always had a hell of a time spotting. I think it's just the fact that it uses the same texture as the wall behind it, is that unless you're looking at the camera at the right angle, it just doesn't stand out. Oh, come on. Fucking kidding me. Okay, you can't charge this, it's good to know. I probably should have guessed from the fact that they're big, but then the balls in that town square level were also big, and they can be charged, so... The game's not 100% consistent on that front. Right, so this level, the main thing that's going to be a pain in the arse is the frog cave. Oh crap. Wow, I'm just losing health. Oh, I want to see if they changed something about how these trees worked as well. Like, their active hitbox is just wrong or something, getting reignited. I remember they hit me far more often than I thought they should have been doing. I hope there's a chicken back here because these frogs are evil bastards. My next hit is death until I find a chicken. Frog. Oh god, the tree. Okay, didn't take the two super hits in the water this time. You do not want to circle around these frogs because their attacks come out so fucking quick. Like, as long as you can kite the trees for only attack one at a time, the trees are really easy to deal with, but the frogs are just bastards constantly.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
Again, another case where the dragon dialogue doesn't make sense because you've had to have fought a bunch of frogs to get this far into the level regardless, so... I'm not giving them time to show off their full behaviour pattern because they do actually capture those chickens if they're given a chance. Okay. One frog hit me. So I'm going into Frog Cave, one hit with only one hit to spare. Oh, Frog Cave, pass through the dragon. Frog Cave's a nightmare.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age. No, no. Why, I remember... gotta go.
I'm dead. Okay, Frog Cave is clear. As I say, that's probably the worst part of this level. I think there's another bit later on where you've got to work out where the game actually wants you to go in terms of just navigation. It's after you get to the level exit, there's an extra bit where you want to turn around and loop back on yourself a little bit to get to like a additional area with a few more gems. But again, that's not as lethal. Are you kidding me? Hold on, did I just take a hit from... Am I taking hits from the Norg as I'm in the fucking tree? Jesus Christ. I didn't know that could happen. God, that's harsh.
Thank you for releasing me.
Right, can't charge the ball. Ball, even.
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro! Stamp them out and squish them and squash them!
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons after all.
Yeah, so another level where the level exit is actually a bit of a fake out in that you could want to ignore it and just carry on going to this area. I believe from here we can also glide back to here. everything. And now we've got to deal with treetops. Oh, treetops. So the good news is the enemies in treetops aren't as bad as the enemies in Misty Bog. So I probably won't be taking quite as many deaths. The bad news is, unless I can remember what the hell I'm doing, I might be here for a little while. Also, I'm not quite sure where they're going with this character design on these enemies. I guess they're meant to be monkeys? I don't know whether it says more about me than it does about the game, but I feel like there's like a racial element here that seems very uncomfortable.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharge ramp, you can really go far.
I'm all over it.
So far we're just playing through, right, the thing of the water reach. We're playing through just a pretty bog standard route to the level. Because we're already at the level exit, like that's already, hey, you've seen the main path through. Just, as you notice, we have collected bugger all in the course of doing that. Unfortunately, this just sends you back to the supercharged ramp facing against it. Of course, just by merit of what you just saw there, it seems as though your the supercharged arrow direction doesn't really matter. It's more based on the height. Sorry, whether you're going what? I was going to say whether you're going up or down it, but that just didn't catch me in the whirlpool thing. It did catch me and then it dropped me. Weird. Wow. So that just ate my supercharge. That's good. I don't actually remember if this is the intended route to get to that upper area at the end of the level. Seems to work. This upper area is, in my opinion, the second worst place in this level to get to. With the overall worst being there's an area later on where dragons out on a platform on his own. Getting to that absolutely sucks. Right, I'm going to jump into this whirlpool this time so it doesn't just drop me. And now I need to remember how I get to other parts of the level from here that aren't just the... Oh great, all these kinds of stuff here. Right, I think this whirlpool takes you back to the start of the level. Yeah, there we go. Whirlwind, whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't know words right now. Oh, the key's just out in the open. I thought the key was over on the island with the dragon on it. Right, so the thing I vaguely remember is there's a ramp down there. So for the supercharge you want to do, you're aiming to get to that. I know there's other ways of doing it that mean you don't have to aim to get to that, but...
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops, don't just stop at one supercharge.
I got too much height. Oh, that's fucking me. Still got too much height. How am I carrying so much height into there? Because I need to be getting low enough to get that breakable crate. Unless I just need to come at this with a lot less speed in the first place. Yeah, this is part of the reason why this level sucks. It's not only just that you've got to remember how the hell the game actually wants you to get to the areas you're trying to get to. It's also that when you do make mistakes, it's quite a long run back to get back to trying again. So if I'm all the way back here, then glide across to this ramp, which isn't a supercharged ramp, so I can't do anything with it unless I carry the supercharge to it, and we've already got to the point where that leads you anyway. So then come back to the level entrance to come over here. And all this is fine to navigate the first time around, but once you've cleared out the gems and the enemies, it's just really quite tedious just to go through all this. Oh, I do need to go drop off the key as well, don't I? Right. Let's stop on this platform this time. Because again, at face value, it looks like there's somewhere I should be going that will carry me enough speed to get that breakable crate without suddenly flying, which probably is this. There we go. Right, so apart from opening the lockbox, the only thing I've got left to do is get to that other dragon platform, which is the thing that I always forget how you're intended to do that. Let's go open up the lock chest first, just because that's what I think it's easy to do. I'll hit a checkpoint just so there's no more enemies. So, what I ideally want to be doing is jumping off that ramp that's right in front of me, which implies I either want to be coming from over there or here. So given this is all stepped access, over here does not seem like the best angle of approach. That and this seems to be the highest point in this part of the level, so I don't see how to get up to it. Then goes back to being on there, but then unless I'm jumping out of that spiral construct and taking a sharp left, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to get there. And I just didn't get a jump out of that for some reason. That might be the intended route, just do a big circle. Fell a bit short on that one, but I think the idea is solid. I don't think I got enough height out of that jump. Oh, why is it eating that jump input sometimes? Oh, great. That's because I didn't even try and jump that time for some stupid reason. There we go. Oh, that whole sequence sucks.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You've learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
Right, I'm pretty sure Dreamweavers doesn't have anything quite that taxing at any point, so we're through the worst of what the game has to throw at you. Because Nasty's world is pretty straightforward as well. camera went wild there for a second. Thought I was gonna just wriggle my way around, and the camera said no. There we go. But judging by the sound effects, there is an extra life down there. Oh well, there's one there. As long as I got all the gems down there, I'm not fussed about going back just for extra life. Because unless I'm completely failing to remember something between Misty Bog and Treetops, I've probably spent the bulk of the lives that this playthrough is going to cost me now.
This big robot is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt its power supply.
Yeah, that big pain sound effect was not the boss. It was all the enemies queued up here waiting to get thrown at me. Effectively, this boss has a fixed queue of enemies that it can throw at you. And if you happen to beat that phase of the boss before it's managed to throw them all, it just kills them all off screen. Which, if you're quick to make your way through one of the phases, means you end up with a nice big pile of treasure up on the upper level when you get up there. Well, given that's taken me best part of 50 minutes, I don't want to be streaming all night. I don't think I'm going to get this finished tonight. I will probably be able to get Dreamweavers finished, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll be able to put some time in on Nasa's World during my lunch break tomorrow. Depends how much other stuff I've got to do. Because unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it's probably good in its own way, but my free time is going to be a lot less available after tomorrow again. Oh. I'm not going to bother doing the full lap of the world before I enter levels, because this one you end up having to do the stuff in the middle over and over again if you do. Oh wow, that thing was charged.
The enemies here can be quite frightening, but you should watch the fools.
I'd rather flame the fools.
Now you're thinking.
Thank you for releasing me.
Insightful as always.
You know, I think you just might be the dragon to defeat Nasty Nork.
That's me, all right.
The way he just goes into that default, like, looking around animation after that line of dialogue just makes it seem very insincere. Wait. Thought that was the way into the other part of the level. Oh, we've got to glide across a chasm to get there. Oh, there it is, down there. gonna say, I was sure there was more to it than that. Can you stop? Seriously, what the hell? And I'm dead. Wow. Not at all fussed about you guys. Just want to get down here. No. Get full.
Thanks, Spyro. I'd love to help you catch Nasty, but I'd really hate being trapped in Crystal again.
Don't worry. The only one who's gonna be trapped is him.
Thank you for releasing me.
I forget how long this back half of the level is. I wouldn't have marked this level up as one of the ones that have a deceptively long section after the level exit. I like how that rocket decided not to even render. It just looked like that blooming chest that burst out of nowhere.
Welcome to the Dreamweavers, young one. While chasing Nasty's minions in this world, you must expect the unexpected and and prepare for what is not there.
Okay, I'm just doing what I probably should have done in the previous worlds and just going into each level as I encounter them. I don't quite know why you can just glide straight there to the level end section. At least I assume you can get it and just glide straight there. It's weird how like the fairies in this game are just generic, like, oh, there are fairies, that's just a fact about the world, whereas from 2 onwards, well 2 and 3, there are also just fairies, but like Zoe is the fairy that you're always dealing with. I mean, I get it. You give it a name, give a fairy a name because they're acting as a character now, but it's just, it kind of comes out of nowhere. The fact they put stuff on the ground floor in here is a little bit rude. You gotta do the whole loop back.
Ah, Spyro, thanks. Supercharge will get you to new places here in Lofty Castle too. See where it takes you.
You see, the way that line delivery comes across, I always used to think he was saying Lofty Castle 2 as in like the number 2, as in this is somehow the second Lofty Castle, which never made sense to me, and then I realised, oh, it's just a flubbed line delivery. And I've completely lost track of where it is he wants me to go. I'm not doing great with supercharges today. There's one thing that the later Spyro games don't ever really do. In Spyro 2, because all the supercharges are based on the gates, you're kind of locked in on them pretty easy. Oh god, stop. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, they can't really give you big long runs of supercharge in Spyro 2 because you have to go through the gate to activate it. I think the worst one in Spyro 2 is probably Fracture Hills, and even then you are effectively following a well-defined track rather than using it to jump around the stage. stop. Oh, fucking hell. Why can I not actually just drop off there where I need to? Holy hell. Hey, I was thinking I'd get this done out of the way quick. I'm just making mistake after mistake after mistake. Yeah, no, gun to my head, I'd probably say that Fracture Hills is probably my least favourite level in Spyro 2. Because that supercharged mission is bloody difficult, for one thing. And then you've also got the alchemist shit in there, so that's doing the hunt. Sorry, yeah, doing the escort mission with the alchemist, and then doing the thing with Hunter where you've got to head bash the oh, what are they? I forgot what they're called. Completely blank on the name. Point being, it's quite annoying. There's a whole other section in this level I've not got to yet. What is that? But yeah, so it's if you do the alchemist escort mission before you get the head bash ability, you then can't actually. That's the whole section. No. You can't actually complete the second. You can't even start the follow-up mission with Hunter. But then if you leave the level and come back after you've got the head bash ability. The alchemist escort mission resets and you end up having to redo it all anyway. So it's just just don't do that mission until you've got the head bash ability, because otherwise it's one of the worst missions in the game to start with, and then you have to do it twice. Oh, that's just sent me back here.
Thank you for releasing me.
As is probably being obvious at this point, my memory of this game is slightly rusty. It's not the worst, but it's certainly suffering a bit with age. Again, the last time I played this game in any form was when the Reignited Trilogy came out on the Switch, whenever that was. But the last time I played the PS1 version, I don't recall. I mean, judging by the state of my memory card, it looks like all my old saves are lost to time, which again, not, well, A, I'm not fussed about regardless, because if I was ever going to replay this, I'd be playing it for the fresh save anyway, and B, I don't know why that's a relevant thing to when I last played it regardless, because the PS1 did not have a system clock, so it doesn't actually know when I last saved. I did, yeah. I was going to say, I did reopen the key chest, didn't I? Pretty sure it shows you the keys on the pause menu if you've already got one. And clearly I'm missing something somewhere. I have a vague recollection that gem sparkles render this even in lieu of draw distance. I could be mistaken. So I'm either missing a green or 2 reds. Yeah, definitely got the lockbox. Could be in the starting area. Not on the supercharge ramp, I know that for sure. Did I go up here? No, I didn't go up here. Just wanted the road. There we go. That was the issue. We'll deal with that area later because that takes you to the balloonist. There's the boss fight. I doubt it. Usually when I got here, I usually spent a bunch of time methodically shrinking every enemy available to me. But for now, we're just going to shrink these 2 armoured guys, who are otherwise preventing us from getting upstairs. And we'll ignore everything else because it all resets the moment we enter a level anyway, so it hardly matters. Slightly circuitous route, but if it works, it works. We'll not worry about it. I want to say we want to turn left here if we want to go counter to the train. Right, first try. That's the first one I've actually done first try in this particular play session. I didn't realise there was such a significant cooldown on being able to flame after dropping.
Hello, Spyro. Nicely done. I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork. I want to say there is a permanent flame upgrade somewhere in this level, but I can't remember whereabouts. Is it at the end of the that side room that you have to charge your way through to get up the staircase before all the suits of armor animate? I think it is. Ones. Save us the need to backtrack later. Sparks is really slacking on this playthrough.
Hey, Spyro, all dragons know there's magic in a fairy's kiss. See what it can do to your power of flame.
Yes, again, you can't have got this far into the level without discovering that for yourself. I do sometimes find it weird that they hide extra lives with gems. It feels like it should be the other way around, that the extra life should be the thing that's more hidden, because it's the thing that's like a greater... But collecting gems is very much just the game, whereas getting extra lives is meant to be like a value add. It's like, oh, you've got something for exploring kind of thing, but... you know what, I can't bother to clear out the rest of this area. Actually, while I'm at it, I'll get this at least. But I definitely have done previous runs of this game where I've use that particular fairy to clear out this entire area, rather than just waiting until I've got the permanent flame and dealing with it all without. Well, I completely failed to crack any of the doors that are actually useful.
Hold your horns! Here comes Spyro!
Patience, little one. You'll soon have the opportunity to battle the one who matters most, Nasty Nork. Oh, for God's sake. I will say the way I've got my desktop layout with stream and Twitch open does make things very confusing in that I'm effectively seeing everything I'm doing with increasing delay lined up 3 times in a row.
You've become a master of the supercharge. Great work.
I mean, it says that, but the truth is that particular supercharge is by no means the hardest in the game. It's not as bad as Treetops. Okay, come on, can we do it in one? Yeah, not bad, did it in one. And this is where you get the permanent flame power up. I don't know whether the game expects you to actually supercharge up to that ledge and grab that directly, but there's kind of no good reason to. It makes sense from a game programming perspective, but just from a internal logic perspective, it always seems strange that the suits of armor that haven't been animated still end up giving you treasure. Oh, you were hiding about that. I can't
remember whether these enemies still threw realistic grenades in the Reignited. So obviously the enemies in the Nasty Nork levels were all remodeled to have like goo guns rather than realistic weapons. Don't know whether they would have done the same thing with the grenades or not.
The fools you see in this world are invincible, but that does not mean they shouldn't be attacked.
Sounds all right to me.
For a second there, I completely misread that dragon's name as just Nazi. I was thinking, I'm sorry, what? I didn't remember that being in this game. I had to look over the Twitch stream to realise it was an M, not an N. Right, now we're on our way to the boss fight now, and hopefully the remaining gems for this area are all over there. Should be. Looks like all of it. Right, and now Jacques. So I want to say if you go to the right, that's a pretty straightforward route that takes you straight to the boss, whereas going to the left gets you to kind of the optional areas that then have most of the treasure in it. I mean, obviously it's a Spyro game, you've got to do them all at some point, but... That's just killed me. Great. Can't remember which fool it is that lowers that thing back there. Maybe this one. So I know that Dreamweavers is meant to be just the weird world, but I have never made sense of what any of the enemies in this particular level are meant to represent. It's so strange.
Thank you for releasing me.
Another insightful dragon. Just make you wonder why they had so many dragons in the game when they had so little for most of them to actually say.
If I had to guess, it's purely just because of the fact that they made the dragon, like the bases, the checkpoint system in this game. So they needed a certain amount of them just in order to make the game function. Part of the problem, if you miss one on the first run, you've got to intentionally take a wide berth around, otherwise you end up coming up too high on the second pass. Just thought I'd make sure I still had the key. Oh wow, I fell short. Guess I gotta do most of that again then. All that for the sake of 15 gems. That's what I get for wanting to 100% the game. Now, I don't remember whether that area there is inaccessible if you're coming from this direction, or whether you can get there from the right path as well. We'll go navigate the right hand path and see where it gets us. Yeah, I think I'm sticking by my guns and deciding to call it a night after we get to the end of Dreamweavers. I'll just pick up the dragon in Nasty's
Any
world.
advice before this battle?
Advice? A wise dragon once told me, aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Huh?
Yeah, this boss fight's kind of a joke. Not helped by the fact that all the projectiles that he throws at you, you can just charge through. And also, he has no actual reaction to taking damage. He just immediately starts moving to the next, you know, spot the moment you flame him. And then just dies. It's such a weird boss fight.
right? Yeah. It's always weird that the balloonists were not voice acted. Given that all the dragons have voice lines, and every character in Spyro 2 and 3 is voice acted, and the balloonists just aren't.
Hey, didn't I already free you?
You're in Nasty's world now, Spyro, and you are the dragon who must defeat him.
Bring him on! I'm ready!
Reach the exit in each of Nasty's lands. Then you can challenge the Nork himself.
It is a lot more obvious that that's the first dragon you free in the Reignited trilogy. Right, well, I think we're going to call it there for now. Like I said, if I can squeeze in the time, I will try and get Nasty's world finished tomorrow, but my suspicion is I might not be able to. We'll see. I mean, admittedly, looking at the stream dashboard, I am literally talking to myself right now. There's nobody watching, but it is what it is. Yep. All ready to go for next time. Let's call it.